she left home searching for answers, but the forest has been waiting. Phoebe comes home. Adventure begins where the path ends.
Climate change is real, but so is the power of hope and action. From saving energy to planting trees, every choice we make matters. Just like the heroes in the Protectors of the Wood adventure series, young people everywhere are rising to defend our planet. Join the journey where mystery, friendship, and climate action come together. Subscribe now and become a protector of the wood. Your story starts today.
The Protectors of the Wood adventure series. Episode 229. The debate begins. Suddenly the doors opened wide. A handsome man in his 30s, wearing jeans and a brown sport jacket, quickly approached the microphone. Ishmael and George stepped aside. Eddie carried his drums off the stage. The man gave a broad smile, thanked the band, and nodded to the audience.
Thank you guys for a fantastic performance. How about that, everyone? The Thunder Rolling Band. Give them a big round of applause. Hello, students, faculty, and guests. Sorry for the delay. Most of you know me. I'm Jay Wellington, Dean of Students.
He smiled again at the very large crowd which had been growing over the past 20 minutes.
The trustees have asked me to make a request. It's just a suggestion that might help us understand each other and work together. We realize that a discussion with so many people will be almost impossible, so we're inviting one or two of you to speak to the board inside, and then report the substance of the conversation back to all of you. Perhaps one student and one faculty member would be appropriate. Sara, I know your group is sponsoring this event, rally, whatever. Perhaps you can choose a faculty member to accompany you to the discussion.
Sara walked up to the microphone. Jay Wellington held his ground in front of the mic, forcing Sara to nudge him to the side. She stood so that she could address him and the audience at the same time. She spoke slowly and clearly to absolute silence.
Jay, thanks for inviting me. We've gotten to know each other pretty well in the 4 meetings that were necessary to plan this gathering. We call it a gathering of students, faculty, and trustees. You'll recall that we specifically planned to have a public conversation that could be understood by anyone wishing to attend. Of course, we don't expect our audience to all enter the discussion, but we did agree that they should be able to hear it and make their own judgment on the issues we are trying to resolve. We agreed that at least the executive committee of the trustees would actually appear and publicly announce their position. Then a faculty member and a student would have a chance to reply, followed by an opportunity for questions. Also, the trustees promised to hand out a written summary of their position. Hopefully we'll see that before the meeting is over.
Jay Wellington stepped away from the mic, motioning to Sara to have a few words on the side. But Sara held her ground, refusing a private conversation. The dean returned to the mic, but had lost his smiling, affable manner. He couldn't keep a note of anger out of his voice.
Well, I'm sorry you're being so difficult. You know, I've been doing my best to reconcile these very different, sometimes conflicting interests and goals. In situations like this, a compromise may be the best we can do.
As he paused, there was an undertone of whispers and a shaking of heads from the audience.
Excuse me, let me get this straight. Who's being difficult?
Let me remind everyone, we have agreed that there'll be no interruptions. Mutual respect is what we need.
J. Wellington gave a weary sigh.
I'll do my best.
His voice implied a sense of hopelessness. He walked off. Meanwhile, Abby struggled with her own fears and conflicts. She longed to find a way to greet George and hopefully talk to him at least a little bit. Her intuition told her it would be nice for both of them. But she noticed people watching her, pointing and making comments that she couldn't quite hear. Not knowing if it was in her mind, she was overjoyed when little John, over 6.5 feet tall and very formidable in his campus security uniform, moved over and stood next to her.
Better stay with me.
Abby was thinking,
it's not just the crowd. There's muttering like what I heard underground. Wendy warned me not to follow it. But why am I hearing it now? So hard from the tunnels under Hidden Valley. I've got to get my mind off of this.
but every time the dean of students spoke, she could hear vague murmuring in the background, like a multitude of lost souls.
I can't take this. I've got to get out of here.
The throng pressed in upon her as more and more people arrived, moving forward to hear what promised to be very riveting theater. Little John seemed to sense her nervousness and patted her on the shoulder.
Weird people arriving, but don't worry, I can handle it.
Little John held an oversized phone in his hand and occasionally spoke, giving instructions. Abby heard him say,
Yeah, send extras. Look like something's developing. Not sure. We'll see.
Sometimes I think a spirit's following me. I think she's made of something you can't see. Wherever I'm going, she's going with me. I know there's something she's gonna give me. Sometimes I think a spirit's following me. Sometimes I hear somebody call my name. Sometimes I see a face at my window pane of someone I knew a long, long time ago. Something I hear when the winter winds blow. Sometimes I hear somebody call my name. Sometimes Sometimes it seems an angel's helping me. Things work out I never thought could be. When I'm not looking, she's finding the way, showing a path on my darkest day. Sometimes I think an angel's helping me. Please help me, I'm dropping like a stone. Living with pain and fear all alone. Help my loved ones, I'm begging you now. I try my best, but I don't know how. I need your help, I'm dropping like a stone. Sometimes I think a spirit's following me. I think she's made of something you can see. Wherever I'm going, she's going with me. I know there's something she's gonna give me. Sometimes I think a spirit's following me.
Trillions of living things are everywhere around. Our lives are all planted deep into the sacred ground. There's everything to love and everything to fear. It's planet Earth in the universe and nature lives here. It's planet Earth in the universe and nature lives here. It's planet Earth in the universe and nature lives here. It's planet Earth in the universe and nature lives here. And nature lives here.